Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing this evening? My name is Jay Massey, CEO of CashFlowDiary. Glad that you guys are here. I think if I've done everything correctly, we have Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope in the house. So if you are on one of those platforms, feel free to type in that chat. Give me your first name, where you're from, and how many units you have. I can see all three over here, so I'll be checking the comments from time to time as I'm focused on you guys, because for those of you who were here earlier in the week, you saw that we had a Q&A, and someone asks, what is an short-term rental, or STR is what they said. What is an STR? It's a short-term rental, and I wanted to explain a little bit about that. More importantly, why it works, how it works, why it's something that we're overly excited about. But for right now, let's get back to the standard introduction stuff. My name is Jay. You can see some stats about me right there on the screen. So as you guys are rolling on in here, do me a favor, give me your first name, where you're from, how many units you currently have, because I definitely want to make sure that I can help you. And for those of you who are here, and if you are at zero, it's 0 units at the moment, because I want you stating that in a positive state, because the goal, my intent, the reason Cashflow Diary exists is take that 0 and turn it into a 1. Or if you have 1, to put a 0 behind it. If you have 1 and 0, put another 0 behind it in terms of number of assets. Obviously, you guys know that we tend to do a lot of things real estate related, but we can teach you how to produce assets in many different kinds. But at the end of the day, you can see a lot of stats there about the hundreds of buildings, how we started with a very low credit score, all that wonderful stuff. And that's great. That's wonderful. But the thing that we are the most excited about at this particular moment is STRs, or short-term rentals. Okay, you may think of them in a different state or a different way. You actually may think of them by their marketing channel, and that's a whole different story. Because when I say words like HomeAway or Airbnb or Flipkey or TripAdvisor or Expedia or Wimdu, for those of you who are overseas in Europe, when I say those, you go, oh, I know what that is. Well, I want you to be very, very careful of naming your business after the marketing channel. It's a short-term rental. It's a service department. Anyway, we're going to get to that in just a moment. Couple of housekeeping things, if you will. I want to remind everybody, if you want to catch up with us on Periscope, you can do so at CashFlowDiary.tv. You see a lot of the replays are there, and I guess in some cases they're even on YouTube in this particular case. And we have a podcast in iTunes at CashFlowDiaryPodcast.com. Again, that's CashFlowDiaryPodcast.com. Last time, CashFlowDiaryPodcast.com. New episodes come out Mondays and Thursdays. Last but not least, we are currently doing a Share the Wealth giveaway. So for those of you who are on Periscope, feel free to hit that share button. You can share on Facebook, Twitter, as well as invite your followers. You get 1 entry for each share, so you can earn up to 3 or more if you'd like per time I am live. Shares only count when I'm live. We track every share. And what do you win? Well, the one lucky person will win this particular iPad that I'm holding right here. It's a 9.7 iPad Pro. It's space gray, for those of you who are wondering. Some of you just said, space gray, ew, I'm turning it in. Okay, whatever. If you win, great. You can do that. It's a 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi only. It will be yours for the person whose name is drawn because you decided to share this particular session, or any of the sessions between now and the 28th when we stopped doing this. So thank you, all of you who have shared. So let me see who's here. Let's see, over here on Facebook, Danielle says, nice production, thank you. Gerard in Las Vegas, 0 at the moment. Bob from Mission Viejo, 0 at the moment. E from Philadelphia, 1, excellent, 1 at the moment. Is it Dashika? I think I got that right. 0 at the moment. Ray and Haley, hey, Long Beach in the house. I'm glad that you guys are here. I see a number of you are sharing as well, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. David, Ozark, Alabama. Wow, isn't it kind of late for you right now? Well, I'm glad that you're here. You're committed, if nothing else. So let me get over to what it is that that probably got you here. Some of you are like, yeah, what is a STR? Because you were trying to understand, like, what does that mean? What is Jay talking about? And others of you saw the number. You was like $2,565 a day. What's that about? Whatever it is, I want to be there, and I want to know what that looks like. Okay, so first of all, let me do this. I'm pulling up some data so that we can look at this. Oh, okay, perfect. Let's go back. No, there we go. All right, so this is what I want you to see right here. So I want you to think of a short-term rental. So I'm going to do boom. I want you to think of a short-term rental as a way of repackaging something that's already existing, okay? So that's basically what I want you to think of. What we're doing is we are repackaging something that already exists. In this particular case, we're going to be repackaging time instead of sodas, right? So on the previous screen, I showed you a case of soda, right? Or a case of, I think it was Sprite. Let's go back. What was it? Yes, it's this case of Sprite right here for $13.99 a case. Inside that case, you've got 24 items at $13.99. So let's just look at this really, really simply, right? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it'll help if I did this, made that a little bigger for you guys. Let's try it that way. So there we go. Sorry about that. So in this particular case, when it's soda, it was $13.99 for 24 of them. Well, I'm going to take a stab and say that the last time you went to the vending machine, you paid a little bit more than, let's see. So each one's 24. Where's the calculator? Calculator. Boom. Calculator. There it is. So $13.99 divided by 24. I'm guessing you paid more than 58 cents. I'm guessing you paid more than 58 cents, 58 cents for each one of those. In fact, you probably might have paid $1. You might have paid $1.25, maybe even $1.50. And if you happen to be at Disneyland, you know you paid $4 for the exact same thing. Hey, but hey, you got the commemorative cup with the ears and everything to boot. The point is, the point I'm making here is that it costs 58 cents when bought in bulk, and the bulk being 24. We all know that when you go to the vending machine, it's accepted. I'm not buying an entire, I just want one. We know we're going to pay more than the 58 cents, and we do it. And that's why people run vending machine businesses. A short-term rental is nothing more than you running your own vending machine when it comes to days, time, a place to sleep. That's really what it comes down to. What the person is doing, instead of selling the real estate that they own or control, keywords there, instead of selling it in the increment of months or years or quarters like they might, or semesters like they might do at college. Months is what many of us are used to when you're renting an apartment. Years is for those of you in commercial leases, etc. Instead of selling it in the increment of months, years, or quarters, we sell it in increments of days. Period. That's it. And we can charge a premium because, in theory, we're providing not only a convenience, but additional services, be that the fact that there's furniture already there. Because when you sell it in quarters or semesters, actually, when you sell it in months, you don't have to provide furniture most of the time. When you sell it in years, you don't have to provide anything. When you sell it in semesters for student housing, sometimes you might provide a bed, maybe not, I don't know. But the price goes up each time when you shrink the amount of time someone gets to stay there and you increase the amount of services. A short-term rental does that exact same thing, except with a normal apartment, a condo, a house, etc. And you or I run and control it. So hopefully that makes sense. If that made sense, do me a favor, type a 1 in the chat. That way I know, 1, you're here, 2, that it actually made sense, and 3, that you're listening. So do me a favor, type a 1 in the chat. Jamar Vaughn says, what's a short-term rental again? I just explained it, Jamar. I just want to make sure that you got that. So type a 1, let me know. I'm seeing on YouTube. So I'm coming over here to those of you on, where is this? That's Facebook. So let me see what Facebook is saying, if anything, at this moment. Okay, no, we're pretty good there. And then let me see over here on Periscope. I see Can you make that iPad larger? I did. Okay, dude. So expensive at Disneyland. Yes, I know, right? Okay, one. I see. Got it. You guys totally, you understand the concept. Thank you. I see Pablo also on YouTube. Thank you for being here. I see that you guys understood what I was meaning. So all you're doing is you're repackaging the amount of time someone gets to stay at a location that you own or control. Keywords there. All right. So I get very excited about this particular topic because I've been able to teach it and share it with a number of our existing students already, some at our highest level. And we're about to start releasing more information to more people like you guys and everyone about, hey, here's how you do this thing. If you want to grab that, you definitely want to get over to CashFlowDiary.com/coming soon, because that'll put you on the wait list so that when we are ready to release the training, you will be able to actually participate and understand a lot more about what I'm saying, especially for those of you picking up on the fact that I'm making a distinction by own and control, because it is huge. Understand, the hotel industry right now, I'm going to say this really clearly, the hotel industry right now, they do not always own the building. They just control it. Okay, so just think about that. They don't always own the building. They just control it. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to let that sit. You let that marinate, as they would say, and you guys just kind of work with that, okay? Just work with that. Here's my point, though. When you break down the amount of time that when you sell it in smaller increments, like I said, yes, you provide more services, but in theory, those services don't cost you more. All right. It's not like electricity is suddenly more for a house or a building. It could be a little bit more, but it's not exorbitantly more. But I'm charging a premium for the convenience of, hey, you can stay here for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 10 days. You won't have to worry about setting up electricity, cable, air conditioning, none of that. I have sheets, towels, all of these things will be here for you, for your use. And many of them are durable, so hear me there. You buy them once, wash them, clean them, use them again. All right, some are consumable, but that's a whole nother story. The point is, many of them are durable, so you get to reuse them over and over and over again. And this, by repackaging time, is how you begin to earn more money. Now, how many of you have also realized, give me the emoji girl hand up, how many of you have realized that you, no matter how hard you try, you only have 24 hours in a day? Give me that emoji girl hand up. I got some lemonade here from one of my favorite places. Yes, love me some Chick-fil-A. That's all I got to say. Anyway, so how many of you have realized, you only got 24 hours in a day, right? Well, what's interesting, you have 24 hours in a day. However, you can get paid on more than 24 hours every day. And here's how. Watch this. Let me get that up there. Oops, wrong screen. Boom, over here. Boom. So watch this right here. So let's pretend if I own or control one unit, I can only serve a finite, a limited number of people per 24 hours. So if I have one unit, I can get paid for these 24 hours. But if I have two, now I'm getting paid for 48, even though it occurs on the same day, right? So only 1 day passed, but I'm getting paid for 48 hours. 3 goes to, 72. 4 goes to 96, right? I think you see where this is going. What if you had 19? That means that day you get paid for 456 hours of work. That's 456 hours of work is what you would be compensated on because you controlled or owned 19, hear the words clearly, units of production. So each short-term rental you own or control becomes a unit of production, and it produces income without you physically having to be there every day. I think this is starting to sound great, right? because it sounded really well to me. This is one of the reasons I originally got into real estate in the first place, is understanding this concept. It's non-linear income. Okay, so write that down. Someone type that in the chat. It's non-linear income. I have not found anything in all of the types of real estate that I've done. All right, and here's the list again for those of you wondering, right? For all the types of real estate I've done, I've not found anything that is faster, easier, and more profitable, quicker. I've not found anything, whether you own or control it, okay? And I've done a lot of different stuff, which is why short-term rentals totally has my attention, right? That's why it has my attention. So it is insane, in my opinion. But imagine 19 of them. That means you're getting paid on 456 hours every day that they're all occupied. Okay, 456 hours. So I don't know if you've figured this out right now, but let's pretend you actually only worked 40 hours a week, because I know some of you work way more. You realize in an entire month, that's about 160 hours of physical labor. So now 160 hours of physical labor divided by 456. Let's find out what that number is. Let's go to this screen over here so you guys can see. Oh, there, I did it again. There we go. That's like 2.85 months. So every day you're earning what it normally would take you nearly 3 months to earn, in theory. Does this make sense? Are you beginning to get why I'm kind of excited about it? Because the unit works 24 hours a day. You can only work 8, maybe 10. Some of you are out there doing 12s. Okay, fine. But my point is, by owning and controlling units of production, you have a shot at escaping that trap, which is why I'm excited about it. Now, how did I get to $25.65? That was $2,565 a day. Well, I got there because when we're doing the math, all right, so all I'm going to do is do the math. You guys keep typing. I'll be looking at the comments in just a moment. When I do the math, I need to show you boom. When I do the math on 19 units, and let's just assume right now we're in a low season, because we kind of are. Let's just assume that the daily rate, the average charge across all of them is $135 a night. That's $2,565 a day. Multiply that by the 30 days in a month, and that begins to be, you start putting yourself in a position to where whatever you are earning in a year, now you have a shot at earning that in a month. This is the stuff that gets me excited, because having done this, I mean, we have a 182 unit apartment building. I know what it takes to get that done. I've had cell phone towers, commercial buildings. I've had lots of different stuff. And I'm telling you, you cannot build that kind of income that quickly, or as quickly as we've done this. And the way that we did it, using none of our own money or credit. That's what I'm really excited about. And that's what we're going to be sharing. So if you haven't already gone over to CashFlowDiary.com/coming soon, make sure that you do, because I get really excited about this thing. And we're coming up on the end here. And if you haven't shared the stream already, for those of you on Periscope, by all means, go ahead and make sure that you do that. I'm going to jump back over to look at your comments real fast. I want to see what you guys are saying, and on all the platforms there. So let's see, Pablo, I am brand new. So I'm looking on YouTube first. It says, I'm brand new and I want to learn how to invest. Do you have a program for beginners like me? Pablo, yes. Let me see. Beginners like you. What I would tell you to do, Pablo, is one of the most important things to understand is the entire concepts of what you're doing, right? So Pablo, I'm just gonna say we put together a presentation. You'll be able to probably catch one tomorrow, would be my guess, at CashFlowDiary.com/rock solid, which is CashFlowDiary.com rock solid. But yes, and I see that you typed the non-linear income. That is absolutely the thing. Jim Marvon, I'm new to this, so I'm still learning. That's good. Bobby Shaw, I have a math degree, and it sure looks linear to me. I'm also a beginner. Awesome. Excellent. So, Bobby, what I'm referring to specifically is the way to... Actually, I'm wondering if you're the Bobby Shaw I met on an airplane. Anyway, there's a way to disassociate from the 1-to-1 ratio. So most people get paid for 1 hour of work every day. Whereas if you can get paid for more, you can get paid for more hours than you are actually physically working in every day. So hopefully that made it a little bit more clear what I was trying to communicate there to you. Toxie Givens over on Facebook. Oh, she's typing a 1. Okay, so she gets it. That's good. I see lots of hands on Periscope, non-linear. People are happy about it. Typically, what is your pure profit a month from that total, would you say? It depends on the month because, again, rates go up and down. Here's what I always tell people is I would expect, depending, it's going to come down to your financing and your deal structure, but you're shooting for $1,000 a month per unit. There you can do more, but you're shooting for $1,000 a month per unit. And if you can take that home, you can do the math really fast to realize how many units you're going to need to put yourself in a position to where you no longer need to be employed by whatever you're currently doing. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes some sense. Pablo says he's laughing, not really sure. Jamar says, I'm sorry, I meant to say, do you guys have courses? Oh, yeah, Jamar says, do we have horses? Autocorrect messed him up. Do we have some courses? Jamar, probably the best place to start is the same place I was telling Pablo earlier, is CashFlowDiary.com/rock solid. CashFlowDiary.com/rock solid. All right. So if you've shared the stream, then thank you. I appreciate that. I'm hoping, let me ask this, that way I know. So for those of you who did not know what a short-term rental was, and more importantly, understand some of the financial implications behind them, do you have a better idea now? If so, do me a favor, just type a 2 in the chat. That way I can go, okay, cool, I did my job. You understand what a short-term rental is. I understand you've got lots of questions about them. That's why we're doing the training. My point is, I just want to make sure that you now have a clearer understanding what a short-term rental is. So just type a 2 in the chat. That way I know I did a halfway decent job in the few minutes that we've spent together here explaining it, so that way you can go, oh, okay, cool, short-term rentals, this is thing. And for those of you who are going to do some more Googling later, look up the word serviced apartments, because that'll help you find some more. You're going to find lots of conferences and industry associations, these things that'll help you tremendously as you continue to try to uncover and unpack, hey, what is this thing that I just saw? I still don't understand. That's why I'm here. No problem, Jamar. Come back as frequently as you have to. More importantly, watch the replay because you may have come here a little bit. It'll be that way you can watch the replay to get the understanding. Toxie says, I get it. That's good. Haley's got it. Just joined. I will watch the replay. Thank you, Shannon. Does the number of bedrooms to the unit take effect? What do you mean, Nikki? I see your question. I just need to understand what you're saying. Does the take effect? I don't know what you mean by take effect. Like, does the number of bedrooms... I don't know what you mean. I'm trying to understand. Take effect in what way? What does it affect? I don't know. I'm sorry, Nikki. Hopefully you're still there. Just you got to clarify your question a little bit. You did a great job of describing. You made it simple for a beginner like me to understand. Thank you, Pablo. That's good to hear. That's always the goal. It would be really, really bad if I made it more confusing. That's for sure. So, Nikki, If you want, I haven't seen you respond. So what you can do is you can just tweet us at CashFlowDiary, at CashFlowDiary. Just tweet us there, and hopefully we'll be able to catch your question or send us, something. So because I don't know what you mean by does the number of bedrooms to the unit take effect. I would love to answer it if I could. So with all of that being said, guys, I'm going to take my leave. Make sure that you go over to cashflowdiary.com/coming soon. If you haven't already, if you want to catch replays, by all means, get over to cashflowdiary.tv on Periscope. Remember that we have the podcast at cashflowdiarypodcast.com. And then we are still doing the giveaway. If you want a shot at winning an iPad, just share the stream right there on Periscope. Share it on Facebook, invite your followers, or on Twitter. You get an entry each time. It's been fun talking to you guys today. I look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time.